Hello friends, this is our 12th lecture on the archetypes of literature by Northrop Frye. Now we are, at present what are we doing is, we are trying to see, we saw already there are already two visions possible. One is the comic vision, the other is the tragic vision. And then in comic visions and tragic visions, what are the images repeated and how are their workings, for example, in the human world, in the supernatural world, the animal world, in the vegetation world, vegetable world, not vegetation, vegetable. The vegetation, no, vegetable, sorry, vegetable world, that is, you have it like this, vegetable, okay, the vegetable world, mineral world and unformed world. Unformed means water. Water has no form, except that you go to river and sea and so on. Okay, so now in the last class we saw the comic vision in what do you find in the comic vision? Love, communion, marriage. Hero fulfills the desires of the members of the community, symposium, and so on. And now in the tragic vision we saw anarchy, we saw tyranny, giant, and you find harlot, a terrible mother of Carl Jung. Say like the mothers who, the Lady Macbeth, that's the best example for that, Macbeth and so on. And so then he says that divine, angelic and superhuman world, the same thing as you find in the human world. There's no differentiation. I see there's a very interesting thing to notice. You know there is a very famous Hindi song. Ik pyar ka nagma hai. Ek pyar ka nagma hai. That is it. And there you can see the beginning and the archetype. That's what I am trying to tell you. The archetypes in literature you will find. Kuch paakar khona hai, kuch khokar pana hai. This is archetype. The same thing is repeated now. You get something, then lose it. You lose something, you get it. That is kuch paakar khona hai and kuch khokar pana hai. And then next line you see, जीवन का मतलब है आना और जाना है. That is exactly. So you remember that song, very famous song, no? एक प्यार का नगमा है, like that. And then continuously you can sing for yourself. I was just only not the pitch and all those things are not correct, but I wanted to introduce you to that. Okay. So this is actually kuch pana, paakar khona, khokar pana, jana aur ana. Jeevan ka matlab. This is art, according to Northrop Frye. Okay. So when we come to the animal world, next is animal world, the comic. Animal world and the comic. Animal world. You take the comic vision is comic vision. It's tragic and comic. I think I have already explained this to you. No further explanation is needed for that. And the animal world you find domesticated animals. See, flock of sheep, then a lamb, a dove, gentler worlds of animals, gentle animals you can see. The archetypes you find pastoral and ideal. In the pastoral world, see the archetypes, literary archetypes are pastoral and literary forms are pastoral and ideal. That is very calm and quiet, gentle birds, gentle animals represented by, gentle birds represented by dove, D-O-V-E, dove, and also lamb and so on. See, think of the world of the shepherds. See the world of the shepherd. The shepherd willing to sacrifice his life for the fox, always guarding. So that is the type of vision that you get in the animal world. And the tragic vision in the animal world you find, say, beast, B-A-S-T, beasts. Then you have birds of prey, the wolves, vultures, serpents, dragons. The cave of despair, in the fairy queen you find this, no? Fairy queen, the cave of despair you find. Then you find the Arcadian images, the other one. The other one you have pastoral and Arcadian images. But here, comic vision, here you have got this. See, for example, the Spanish tragedy by Thomas Kidd, John Webster's Duchess of Malfi, King Lear. See, special study of these symbols were made by G. Wilson Knight in his Wheel of Fire. So Shakespeare criticism, and he has given list of this, this predators, animals, and in the cave of despair, I told you this. Also, you will find this thinking of death and despair and euthanasia. That is mercifully and so on. King Lear, Thomas Kidd, Spanish tragedy. You see, what happens is, you will find Hamlet comes out saying, how all occasions do inform against me. How all occasions do inform against me. So that is the situation. Because the animal world is hostile to human beings. So that is the unfallen world, the unfallen situation, that is the paradise you can see. The other day I told you, the lions were like cats. See, tiger was like a cow, so simple, so nice, friendly. You can call a tiger and ask him to do some work for you. He would do that. He would obey you. See, that is that kind of animal world. But the fallen world comes, all this the animal world, the entire animal world became inimical to the human world. So that is tragic. Wolves, witching time of the night. So the witching time of the night. You have got that horrible description in the Wasteland about the bats. The bats with baby faces, crawling. So there's that terrible picture there. So that is, again, you see, the animal world. The animal world against the inimical to, hostile to the human world. That is. So tragic, comic vision, the animal world, gentle lamb, shepherds, Arcadia, and then paradise, all those things. And tragic vision is birds of prey, wolves, giants, monsters. Isn't it? Yes. So that is how the archetype again means, I think, now it is very clear to you when I say, kuch paakar khona hai, kuch khokar pana hai. See? So then you go out of one door and enter through the other door. This is life. Nothing else. See, imagine your family, like your parents' life. Your parents repeated the life of their parents. Now you are going to repeat the life of your parents. That's cycling. So this is archetype. And then you have got vegetable world. Next, comic and tragic. See? Then vegetable world. In the vegetable world you have the comic vision, you have, what do you find? The comic vision. The comic vision is gardens. So the grove, park, tree of life, rose, lotus. Understand? The archetypes, Arcadian images, marvelous green world, Andrew Marvel's. Shakespeare's forest in his comedies. This is the vegetable world. See? Then tragic will be sinister forest, like that of in Comus. And then the opening of Inferno. Heath. See that, you remember the great novel that is Wuthering Heights. Again, you can see Thomas Hardy Heath, Egdon Heath. It can be both tragic and it gives a comic as well as a tragic vision. Understand? So Heath can be very dangerous also. Wuthering Heights. Then you have got the wilderness, tree of death. See, these are the things that you find in the tragic vision in the vegetable world. So, animal world, then vegetable world, tragic and comic visions. Isn't it? Here also, tragic. Tragic animal world, here you have got the vegetable world. See that? And then now you have got what is the next one? Then you have seen human, you have seen supernatural, animal, vegetable, now mineral. Mineral world. What is the comic and tragic? Comic, tragic in the mineral world. So that again you find, you have a mineral world, city, comic vision is city, building, temple, see, glowing, precious stones, that is comic vision. See that? You remember the story of Happy Prince by Oscar Wilde. That's a comic vision. Very beautiful statue of the happy, always smiling. See? And then his body, entire body covered with golden leaves. Then his eyes, precious stones, sapphire. See, ruby and sapphire and all. And that bird comes and gives her, the swallow, and obeying the commands of. That is the animal world. You can. That's an image of the animal world where the animal becomes, or the birds, they become very friendly to you. So that it takes this one by one, and the eyes, then the leaves one by one final. Lastly, of course, we see that is the comic vision, so to say. See, city, the beautiful city. There is the buildings are there, temple is there. You have got the glowing precious stones there. Then the happy, I told you, luminous fiery trees. You see, the archetypes are, you can see geometrical images. See the starlit dome. See, for Taj Mahal, for example, you find the domes there, beautiful dome. So that is representing the comic vision, and that is why the Taj Mahal has been erected, is the eternal love. See that eternal love. एक प्रेम कहानी है. When I say eternal love, it's better. I think better the emotion can be expressed when I say ये तो एक प्रेम कहानी है. See that love and prem both are different. If it's a romance, no. A prem means prem. That's a different thing altogether. It has got a wider connotation. It's a prem kahani. So, even pyar is not a good word there. प्यार का मकान है क्या है उसका अच्छा नहीं. So prem. So then prem guy vision. Yes, the prince was a prem guy. Yeah, that's up to you to discern. So you have the starlit dome. So that is the mineral world. Mineral means sand and all those things. So you are making this with the sand. Tragic will be, you find deserts. Then you find ruins. Deserts, ruin, sinister geometrical images. Say for example, cross. In one way you can say this vision, that vision is wrong, but actually it is a tragic vision where somebody has been hanged to death. This. So that is, in fact, you can say, what is that mineral world? Cross, etc. You can see rock, isn't it? See the end of what the thunder said in the Wasteland. You can see here is no water but only rock and no water, and the sandy road. Here is no water but only rock and no water, and the sandy road. That is the mineral, the tragic vision of the mineral world. Tragic vision of the mineral world. There's no water. Understand that part? You remember, no, I suppose? I see this, that is lines, about 10-15 lines. That's really the tragic representation of the mineral world, if you want to put it like that. Yes. Whether theoretically they are thought of such a thing, that we don't know. But now, when you apply these archetypal principles of archetypal criticism to this one, then same with the sailing to Byzantium. You have got all these things now. You have got the gyre, you have got the sea and things like that. You will see that. But on the other hand, when you see Hopkins' poem, it is a tragic vision. It's the end vermilion. That is a broken heart. The heart of Jesus has been cut open, and then the blood and the water, they come together like this down. So vermilion. So that's a tragic vision. Oh, okay, that is the thing. So here you have got that. So desert, ruins, sinister, and you can see the Exodus. It has a tragic vision. You find the people are thousands of Jews marching from or moving towards in search of their homeland, led by Moses. No water, and then you have to do a kind of miracles for that. So that's a tragic vision of the mineral world. The mineral world, the tragic vision of the mineral world you can see in the Exodus, isn't it? The tragic vision of the mineral world you can also see at the time of ice. These things you can see like when the refugees move in large numbers, that is through the deserts, you can see. These days it's news to, I mean these things are reported in the newspapers. So then you can see the archetypal, how the archetypes of literature is being presented there. So tragic vision is, I told you this already. So that is ruins, sinister, ruins of building, ruins of heritages, see, grammar and geometrical images, sinister geometrical images. Comic vision, you have got dome, starlit dome. Here you have got cross and ruined cities, ruined town. Immediately after the First World War, you can see now. And which is actually the First World War was, whether somebody will agree it or not, the First World War was the catalyst, you can say, that helped or that prompted T.S. Eliot to write The Wasteland. You can see it's a gloomy picture now, that is. So there also you will find this, the mineral world, I said. You can say, what, the other day also I quoted those lines, no? What are the roots that clutch, what branches grow under the stony rubbish, son of man, you cannot say or guess, for you know only a heap of broken images where the sun beats. Isn't it? Where the sun beats. And then, what is there? Coming under the shadow of this red rock. There's only shadow under this red rock. So that is mineral world, presenting the mineral world. The archetypes of the mineral world there, of tragic vision. Isn't it? See that? So, here we have got the mineral world. And then the last one is mineral world also we have seen. Now the last is unformed world. So the unformed world, what he means is, I think it is, see, in comic visions you have got river. You have got Prothalamian, Epithalamian, Thames, the Spencer's, Prothalamian, there is comic vision, happiness. Same thing you read the tragic vision in the fire sermon, no? Isn't it? The river maidens, no? The river maidens, the cry of the river maidens, you can see. And the river has already been, the river's tent is broken. The river's tent is broken. Once upon a time, there was trees and branches and the intertwining branches and leaves and all, made a kind of grove, but now the river's tent is broken. So that is, in the unformed world, that is tragic vision. Comic vision is the river Thames at the time of Prothalamian and Epithalamian. Prothalamian especially, that is, their cruise through the river Thames. So, and he is to mixing memory and desire. T.S. Eliot is begging the river, till my song is over. That is, Thames and the Thames daughters, they are enjoying there, but then now they are all crying. So these are the things that you find. So, till I till I end my song, he says. Still I end my song. So that is, presently it is tragic vision, but once upon a time it was comic vision. So that is unformed world. Again you will find the unformed world. See, the comic vision you find is the fourfold humors. I don't know how it comes in there. Fourfold humors are sanguine, choleric, phlegmatic, and melancholic. So this was the psychology, character of or the human beings were divided into 4 classes based on their humor. Humor, not the humor of, say, he said tamasha, not that joke, no. Humor, sanguine. Sanguine means blood. Means those people who are classified as sanguines, they are very fat and they enjoy their life, they are always smiling, they are happy. Choleric, that is another temperament. Means they are very lean. Shakespeare in Julius Caesar, no? Young, cautious, lean and hungry look. Beware of such people. Lean and hungry look. Understand that? Such people are, they are very angry. They get angry, say, for small reasons and so on. They cannot tolerate things. That is choleric people. They are lean also. They will never get fat. I think it is because they are always angry. Sanguine people are not like that. They are very happy. happy, good, lucky, whatever happens. Understand that? Sanguine people, sanguine characteristics, no? They have got some umbrella belly, and they have chubby cheeks, and they are always smiling and all those. And then we have got the next humor. Humor means characteristic. See, that is temperament, you can say. In general terms, you can say temperament, and that is melancholy. Melancholy means always very sad. They are very pessimistic. If you say that the door is half open, they will say the door is half closed. If you show a glass half filled with water, they will say it is half empty. Such people, melancholy. And then phlegmatic is another characteristic. Another humor is phlegm. Phlegmatic. Phlegmatic means they don't act. Very difficult to make them move. If suppose the teacher asks a phlegmatic person, please stand up and move to that side, he will sit there like, hello, I told you, please stand up. Please. Oh. So this kind of attitude, phlegmatic. So he says that I don't know how it fits in here. But since it has been given in the book, I am just telling you. So unformed world, he says, this is humor. Sanguine, happy-go-lucky, choleric, always angry, melancholy, always sad, and phlegmatic, not moving. So human beings, the entire human race, once, this is the basic psychology, once classified according to these humors or characteristics. Now you can't, but you please do not think that this humor you will find in any one single human being in its pure form. Never. You will find it mixed. See? Some people are more of sanguine, some people less of phlegmatic, and so on. That's all. So that is what he says. That is repeated, he says. Maybe it's because of that. That this characteristic is repeated. So it is an archetype. Anything that repeats or recurs, you can call an archetype. The archetypal pattern of weather, you can say. What is it? Seasons, summer, winter, then spring, and autumn. You know, this is repeated. So this is archetypes. In nature it is archetypes. So anything that is repeated or recurs, you can say it is an archetype. Understand? Your life is an archetype. आना और जाना है. See, जीवन का मतलब है आना और जाना. So that's like, so this is an archetype. Now you find tragic. Tragic is again you will find unformed sea is one, flood is another, flood, water monster, leviathan, water monster, crocodile. So these are what you find is tragic vision in in the unformed world. Unformed world means water. So you have got now all this. Once again I will say, you have got only two visions in life. That is, one is comic vision and tragic. That is repeated. Understand that? And so it is an archetype. See then, that is, again you can say, disappointment and fulfilling your desires. So, ana or jana. Kona or pana, pana or kona. That is it. And here we have human, we saw supernatural like human, animals, you know. One example you can see, that a dove, or a lamb, Arcadian world. Animals becomes fierce in the tragic world. Isn't it? In Marlowe's tragedies, you will find the Jew of Malta, or you see the Tamburlaine, part 1 and part 2. You have got Dr. Faustus. All these you will find references to terrible animals, predators, King Lear, Hamlet, in Macbeth, witches, and witching time of the night. Yeah. So that is. Then you have got the animal we have seen. Vegetable world is of rose, lotus. And the tragic vision you have got what do you find in tragic vision? Tragic vision you have forest and desert. Mineral world we saw already, just now we have said, and unformed world. River with the river flowing, gently flowing. The other is all made dirty. There is no other summer nights. Then after the summer nights, what happened in the Thames? The city directors, they come and they spend their life with the, whomever they want. They go back, leaving all these things, etc. Making it dirty. So that is the word we can see. Then unformed word also. So in other words, the entire literary forms, from epic, drama, and then pastoral, elegy, everything, one act play, everything can be brought under this. So you can say see, another example given by Frye is Sailing the Byzantine, where you have got comic and tragic vision, but mainly comic. You have got a great variety there. Comic in Sailing the Byzantine city, the tree, the bird. See, you have got that. The community of sages, and then the geometrical gyre, not gyre, but gyre. Then the liberation from the cyclic world. Says now, once out of this world, I shall never take such a form, but a form that the goldsmiths make. Grecian goldsmiths make. That is escape from that is mineral world again. So another very important point, just now I told you, sanguine, choleric, melancholy and phlegmatic, you won't find it in its pure form in any one individual. Like that, please do not think that you will find it in pure form, comic vision, tragic vision, it's all mixed. In comedy you will find tragic. In tragedy you will find also comedy. Some comic relief is there. For example, the potter scene, the gravedigger scene. So these are comic reliefs, you can say. Then you have got the animal world and the garden. See, for example, in forest in comedies you will find. And friendly animals you will find. Unfriendly animals. Then, so, these are mixed you will find. All what you have to see. And the other day I told you, almost all these things you can find together in the Wasteland. So that you find comic vision, tragic vision, mineral world, vegetable world, then what human world, supernatural world. Then you have got myth. Many myths are there. What else you have? Here is God's plenty. Where? In the Wasteland. So don't think that you will, this is only comic vision, that's only a tragic vision. No. The beginning of Sailing the Byzantine, it is tragic vision. The young one are just come. The poet is very sad. Because he cannot do Yes, his time is expired. His time, not he. Time, the expiry date is over. For what? For young in one another song. He cannot do it. The expiry date is over. So what to do? So he is very sad. That's the way he is sailing to Wasteland, to remain immortal. So please do not think that anyone, when a Wuthering Heights we said, you have got very happy moments in that novel. See? And there is, even in John Webster's the Duchess of Malfi, there are happy moments. So comic fiction as also tragic fiction. In some King Lear, of course, it is loaded with tragic fiction. Animal world, mineral world, then sea, what else you have got? Human world, everything you will find. Vegetable world. So this can happen. Now, as a conclusion, what we say is one way of looking at this is, as we can see, Northrop Frye has tried to, he has laid the foundations for a very systematic, extremely systematic and comprehensive view of literature. But there is too much of oversimplification here. Understand that? This will happen. I think that I have covered the points for almost all of this. You understand, I think, that what is the meaning of human world and so on. These things you will find repeated in almost all the works, except almost all the works of literature. The only difference is, in some it is more, in some it is less. Some comic is more, tragic is less. Tragic is more, comic is less. Okay, I hope you have been following and you are enjoying these classes. And till we meet again, bye. Have a nice time. Enjoy your life.